Everyone mentioned today is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and everything I discuss here is theory until proven fact, even if it is.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna sing my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Hey guys, how you going? How you going, Deb? Deb's in here, out to lunch, I'm Kai. How you guys going? Who else have we got in here? Meg Aussie, how you going? Good to see you guys. George 2.0 in the building. Neil, he's now been, yes, I heard, he's been released again. Geez, that was quick, wasn't it? I don't know with these people. Okay. Just make sure I've updated, completely updated all the bookmarks. Okay, no, I hadn't. There you go. We've got another truth seeker here. Dear pro-vaxxers, no, this is not people who just went and got the vax because they felt forced to or didn't know any better. Dear pro-vaxxers, the ones who pushed it, how does it feel knowing you took medical advice from people on the Epstein list? Listen to this. Hang on a sec.
Hey, remember those people in 2021 that pushed the vaccine? I'm not talking about the ones that like took it by mistake or that had to take it or whatever, but the pushers. The ones who were like really into it. They were like, oh, I believe the experts. I trust the science. I am so much smarter than you because I took this experimental thing just to virtue signal, and now half those experts that you trusted were on the Epstein list. The irony's awesome, eh? Like Bill Gates literally had more pictures with Epstein than most of us have ever had with our grandparents and most of us had with our dads. Not the dads that left for milk or smokes and then never came back. That's because that's how much they hung out. Yeah, you literally looked at this dude and you're like, oh, epitome of health. Look at that. I don't even know how one
Oh dear
paints
God.
this shape. of health and perfection. The guy who made Microsoft Word where you try and insert a picture and the whole thing just messes up. He's had 2 decades to fix that glitch and he still can't, but he can save the world through vaccines. Yeah, so how does that feel now? Like, do you guys feel kind of stupid? Or do you feel tricked, or are you going to double down and be like, nah, I'm going to keep trusting the science that was made by people who go on islands and diddle children and do satanic things, and you honestly think that they want you to be healthy and live long and prosperous and free, right? Oh, Bill Gates, he's just like one of us dudes. He started in a garage. Wrong. Came from a freaking line of bankers and rich people, and his dad was a lawyer. Yeah, those dudes you think they give a shit about us plebs, okay? So yeah, anyway, I am so happy. I am a dumb redneck. No, just kidding. I've got a degree in molecular biology and biochemistry, and I was trying to warn people, but apparently because I'm not a pedophile satanic deletist, a predator class, I'm stupid, right? Oh man, yeah. What a world we live in.
She said it.
Hey, remember those people?
And not only that, she might be a molecular biologist who tried to warn people, but I didn't even finish year 9, and I tried to warn people too. There you go. I didn't even pass high school. Well, I didn't even go through high school all the way. Okay. Wall Street Mav said, so the UK arrests former Prince Andrew for Epstein, but the Pakistanis raping white English girls get a free pass? Because apparently Prince Andrew has been arrested and released already. And we know, said, breaking the Epstein files is sending shockwaves across the globes. Across the globe, there's only one. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has reportedly been arrested following fresh disclosures. For years, the powerful seemed untouchable, and looks like they still might be. No, they will be held. I think, from what I remember, and from what the Anons dug up, something about Andrew being a alleged gun runner. Okay, so could be done for that first, could be something different. But they did say the first arrest, they didn't say the first arrest will shock the world. They said the first arrest will prove direction. Okay, look how many times, look at this. Far out, Brussels sprout. This is just to get on the QAnon. Let's have a look. The first arrest. First indictment unsealed will trigger mass population awakening. First arrest will verify action and confirm future direction. They will fight, but you are ready. Marker 9. Okay? So there's that. Okay, I just read that one. Okay, we won't go too far into it. He's already been released, so... And we know, again, breaking a 2015 clip of then-candidate Donald Trump warning that Jeffrey Epstein would ultimately bring down Prince Andrew is going viral. Now, with Andrew's 2026 arrest, people are revisiting the prediction. Trump's never been wrong. Well, he was arrested. He was right.
You raised the question of Jeffrey Epstein in your remarks about in the Q&A.
Well, I think he's got a problem. I mean,
what do you think the problem will be?
I don't know, but that island was really a cesspool. There's no question about it. Just ask Prince Andrew. He'll tell you about it. The island was an absolute cesspool. So nasty.
You raised...
There you go. Okay, Chad Prather said Prince Andrew's been arrested over the Epstein files, as we know, and America needs to start holding people accountable too. Well, I do believe this is a marker. Okay? Liz Churchill said incredible, another conspiracy theory comes true, the connection between child trafficker Jeffrey Epstein and Ukrainian biolabs. That one goes for 5 minutes. I'll watch a little bit of it.
Almost every so-called conspiracy of the past 10 years seems to be proven true the more we dig into the Epstein files. Tonight, we're taking a look at the issue of Ukrainian biolabs, labs that we were told repeatedly over the past few years did not exist. They were nothing more than a Russia-funded conspiracy theory. For years, anyone who questioned government-connected biological research, biolabs, throughout Ukraine, studying viruses or diseases, or research into underground genetics projects was brushed off as a crazy person. See, I was one of those people. Here's part of some of those reports from 4 years ago.
New and exclusive information about the Ukraine biolab story that some media and politics...
I don't know if you guys can hear that very well. It's very low to me. When they said they do not exist, it just reminded me of The Stand and the army guy going, telling people that Captain Trips did not exist. I don't know why it reminded me of that. What I will do is I'm going to put this, copy the link. Best if you catch me live, because then you can actually click on the links, because I don't think they come through when you replay it later. I don't know, maybe wait an hour or two before watching. Rob Smith said, rattle to the core. Oh, I won't go. Oh, will I? Yeah, I will. Rattle to the core. Albanese, Australia's Prime Minister, is slagging off One Nation, which means he's putting them down, and targeting the leader Pauline Hanson. The Libs too, they rattled over One Nation's rise. Sucko, Whitey. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. I've been saying that for years. Sucko, Whitey. I don't know. Must have come from somewhere. Red Fox said vote One Nation to save Australia, because One Nation will build new coal-fired power stations, expand gas generation, develop nuclear power generation, reform the National Disability Insurance Scheme, which is out of control, cut government spending, back our law enforcement officers, housing is a right for all Aussies, ban sales of farmland to foreign entities, introduce some splitting and tax reform, job preferences to Australians, lower immigration numbers, deport criminals and enemies of Australia, ban immigration from radicalised countries, an 8-year citizenship waiting period, protect free speech, abolish the Ministry of Climate Change and eliminate all climate change spending. Sounds good to me. Okay, I will go over other things, but what I wanted to go over with One Nation is that they're ahead, okay, of Labor and Liberal now in Victoria. Okay, One Nation's at 26.5%, Labor's at 25.5%, and Liberal Nationals are at 21%. Okay, Julie Donut said, President Trump's post, listen closely. President Trump is going to start revealing some of the intelligence. It's going to get real. Let's have a listen.
Now we have a bunch of lazy senators who want to threaten the filibuster, not get off their feet and talk and really represent the people and stand for what they believe in. And all the American people are asking John Thune to do is to restore the Senate to the way it used to work before Mitch McConnell's lazy filibuster ideas kind of came into play. And I think that the American people are going to be there. Here's what I think is going to happen, Dan. And I think you probably know some of this because you had a foresight into some of the things that the Bureau now knows that was kept from the American public. I think Donald Trump is going to change the narrative in America. I think he's going to change some senators' minds, and he's going to do it by revealing some of the things that Chris Wray and that Chris Krebs and other major officials who were in charge of the integrity of our elections and who told us it was a perfect election in 2020. He's going to start revealing some of the intelligence that was kept from the American people. And we're going to see that our foreign adversaries have monkeyed with our system more than we knew, more than those driver's licenses coming into Chicago that you helped get all of us to understand about a few months ago, about China sending fake driver's licenses to help Joe Biden in. There are going to be significant efforts by foreign powers, some friends, some enemies, that were trying to meddle in the system, and they got pretty far down that path. And I think when senators realized their state could have been targeted, when senators realized that the intention of the identities of some of their voters might have been assumed, I think there's going to be a different debate in America. And I think if the president takes the time to educate people and show them that maybe the stories we got from the last leadership weren't true, I think he's going to pick off the votes. And then the American people are going to put some pressure on John Thune, and they're going to surgically implant a stiff back, and he's going to change that filibuster for this particular thing, make it a standing filibuster, make the Democrats talk till they drop, and then we'll get a vote in the summer. But I think there's some big, significant, and very troubling revelations about the vulnerabilities of our elections that the president is about to unveil on the American public.
Yep. For sure. Crooked elections cannot be allowed in the USA, President DJT. The storm has arrived, said Dan Bongino had John Solomon on his show today, and Solomon made an interesting prediction, and which you just heard. Okay, he's going to release it to the public. Okay, put this in some light stuff. Okay, I love this light stuff. This is AI, obviously. Donald Trump if he was born in other countries. Oh. Donald Tromero Bolivar, Venezuela. Dmitry Trumov, Russia. Donald Trumpur, India. Donaldo Trumpez, Mexico. Donaldo Trombi, Italy. Dominique Trumpu, France. Donald Trump, Germany. Dong Di Tulan, China. Daniel Tamani Fazad, Iran. And Donald Trump, Brazil. Donardo too. I can't even say it. Argentina. Donald Trump, Turkey. Donald Karumpa, Nigeria. Sir Donald Trumpton, England. Where's the Aussie Trump? Oh, he's the one dressed as Crocodile Dundee, that's right. You know, tackling the crocodile. Okay. L.H. Gray said, oh my effing God, you dense brain rotted low IQ conspiracy tourists who still can't grasp basic English after a decade of Trump speaking in plain sight. When Trump called the Jeffrey Epstein hoax back in July 2025, he was surgically eviscerating the Democrat-manufactured smear campaign that desperately tried to chain his name to Epstein pedophile network like some grotesque political blood libel. He was calling out the lie that he was a client, a participant, a co-conspirator. That was the hoax. The orchestrated, malicious, legally actionable defamation that the media and the left ran 24/7 to paint him as a child predator. He never, not effing once, said the files themselves were fake, fabricated or non-existent. He said the narrative tying him to the crime was the scam, the con, the weaponised BS designed to kneecap him politically. You people are so psychologically marinated in confirmation bias and Trump derangement syndrome that your brain short-circuit the moment you see the word hoax. Oh. You hear it and instantly hallucinate that he's denying the entire existence of documents, lists or evidence like some Pavlovian reflex, triggered by years of media gaslighting. Yes, because he kept saying over and over again he was going to release them. It's pathetic, it's infantile, it's the same mental whackness that makes you fall for every fake narrative the regime media shovels into your skull. Where'd that go? Legally, that smear was textbook defamation per se, accusing a sitting president of heinous sex crimes with zero evidence, knowing it would destroy reputation and invite violence. Trump knew exactly what he was doing, labelling the false accusation as a hoax while later greenlighting the full release because he had nothing to hide. And when the files dropped and his name wasn't on the client's side of that depravity, the silence from the smear merchants was deafening. But you're still here drooling over your keyboard pretending Trump denied the files because it fits your pre-chewed narrative. You're not truth-seeking, you're narrative shopping. You're the useful idiot the machine counts on to keep the division churning. Get it through your thick effing skull, Trump. Call the smear against him a hoax. The files are real, the resignations prove it. And the only hoax left is the one you're still peddling by deliberately misreading plain English. Effing embarrassing. X22 reports that if the Epstein files were a hoax, why are so many people stepping down from their positions after they were named in the files? There you go. The files themselves weren't a hoax. Okay. I was even a bit like, what's real and what's not here, because of Trump calling it a hoax, because I read it the same way. So there you go. Hey, Truther for Life. How you going? Also seen Sherry, Keith and Marlo in there. Good to see you guys. I'll catch up with people in a minute. Disclosed TV suggesting US State Department is developing an online portal that will enable people in Europe and elsewhere to access content banned by their governments, including hate speech and terrorist propaganda. The site will be hosted at freedom.gov. allegedly. Okay? The US State Department is developing an online portal that will enable people who are censored or, can't see everything to see everything. Retard Finder said despite the Australian government removing guns from the street, aka disarming the law-abiding people, only a publicly announced gang war has erupted in Sydney. Nothing anyone can do except hide in the fetal position. Thanks for looking after us, government. See, this is what I don't know if anyone remembers, but I have been saying for years Australians are about to learn the hard way why they need to be armed. Okay, why you need your arms, and stop looking at America and saying, oh, look at all the gun violence. Half of that's set up. Anyway, let's not talk about that right now. If you're in Australia and you're being shot at like this, you're supposed to go, oh, hang on a sec, I'm just going to ring the police. The police will protect me. Ready?
This is Azar, Utah's family-in-law. You in the cartel. I want an early too, I'm at the windows, lad. Send to the right, send to the right, to the right.
This is Ziggy Utah's house. Fuck him and the coconut cartel. This is the fucking start of the destruction, brother.
Yeah, gang wars, yay! Thank you, Prime Minister, for inviting them all in. You moron. Anyway, see, that's what happens. And you can't just say, oh, please, just wait a minute while I call the police. No, you'll be under your bed going, please, quick, 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 quick. And they still won't get there in time. Let me tell you right now, if someone really wants to get you, they're going to get you before the police get there. Maybe before you can even ring the police. Okay. But our government are also importing them, so there you go. Juanita Broderick said, I would rather have 100 dogs for every one of these degenerate Muslim retards in America. By the way, is this a Muslim convert? She sounds American. Protect your dogs from these lunatics. They're eating the dogs. Woof, 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 woof. They're eating the cats. Meow, 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 meow.
Do you know that having dogs in your home without any valid reason causes you to lose huge
song, by
amounts
the
of
way.
rewards daily, and also keeps angels away from your home?
Having dogs.
Prophet Muhammad warns us about this in an authentic hadith, saying, whoever keeps a dog, except for herding, hunting, or farming, will have 2 qirats of good deeds deducted every day. And it is...
Did you hear that? Whoever owns a dog except for herding it, hunting it, and what else did she say? Jesus, please help these people. Oh my God.
Said that a qirat is equivalent to a huge mountain. So if you're losing 2 qirats, that means you're losing 2 mountains daily. And it gets worse. Prophet Muhammad also said that no angel will enter a home with a dog inside. Imagine your home where you pray, make dua, and seek blessings. Angels stay away from because of a dog. Islam teaches us to be kind to animals, but also follow guidance. So if you or anybody that you know owns a dog without any valid reason, think twice. Share this so others can learn.
My brain just died. I was going to say something about. Oh yeah, I'm not listening to people who follow a man who married a 5-year-old and consummated that marriage at 9. No, thank you. And the one and only and true God said, look after the animals, okay? But you're also allowed to, well, you don't eat dogs and cats, but you do eat, like, cow animals, you know. Okay, and sheep and stuff. But I'm not listening to someone who follows a man who married a 5-year-old and consummated that marriage at 9. No, thank you very much. Joey Manarino said a Sudanese refugee met a 20-year-old Australian girl on a nightclub dance floor and then led her to a dark area of a park, pulled her over a fence, held her down, ripped her clothes off and brutally raped her while she begged him to stop. Almost 2 years later, she's still haunted, life ripped apart, torn to pieces. The judge, a woman, called the rapist a wonderful young man with a very bright future who worked very hard, weighing his Sudanese childhood trauma over the crime. The judge called the rapist a wonderful young man with very bright future. I just read that. She gave him 2 years of actual jail time. Oh, and the judge was a refugee too. Australia, just like the rest of the country suffering from white guilt, is lost. Elon Musk. I agree, and I've been saying that for years too. Seriously. Bricks News just in. Elon Musk calls to bring back insane asylums in the United States. Make asylums great again. Yes, please. Seriously, we need them. We need to start locking these insane people up and throwing the rest out of the country. The General, breaking. President Trump is preparing to release evidence publicly known which proves foreign powers interfered in the 2020 election. First arrest will prove direction. Okay, this is a conspiracy chart, right? Let's have a look at this shoe on head. Shared Epstein being at the bottom and pedophile ring conspiracies being in the detached from reality section is incredible to me. Just an amazing chart. Okay, it's better this way. Okay. Apparently people who don't believe in conspiracies are grounded, right? Then you've got the speculation line. What's this? The great... Oh, okay. How can I make this bigger? Hang on, guys. Open image in a new tab. There we go. Okay, things that actually happened. COINTELPRO, Operation Mockingbird, Big Tobacco lied about cancer, NSA mass surveillance, Naraya testimony, Tuskegee experiment, FBI spied on John Lennon, MK Ultra and the Bohemian Club. All right? That was the things that actually happened. Then we've got the speculation line, which is we have questions. Free Britney, Marilyn Monroe, JFK assassination, Denver International Airport, Roswell, UFO, Area 51, Epstein didn't kill himself, and Princess Diana. Okay, just wait till you get up the top, right? And show how this is mainstream, how mainstream people think, okay? What's this one say? Unequivocally false, but mostly harmless. Avril Lavigne replaced, the Beatles never existed, crop circles, Greta Thunberg is a time traveller, Bigfoot, Elvis lives, aliens built Stonehenge, alien abductions, Loch Ness Monster, Prince Charles vampire. Well, he was the one who proudly walked around saying he was from Vlad the Impaler. Mattress firm. Mattress firms being money laundering situations. Is that what they're talking about? I don't know. Cryptids, okay. Dangerous to yourself and others. Jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. The global warming hoax. So, oh, really? These are dangerous, are they? Anti-vaxxers. Soy boys. Finland doesn't exist. According to some people, Australia either. 5G. Government-made diseases. Essential oils cure all illnesses. Hey, castor oil's pretty good for a lot of stuff. COVID-19 made in a lab. Dinosaurs didn't exist in chemtrails. These are dangerous to yourself and others, are they? How did dinosaurs not, people thinking dinosaurs don't exist, be dangerous to yourself and others? How can chemtrails, believing in chemtrails, be dangerous to yourself and others? They're actually happening, and there are patents for it. Anti-vaxxers, you want to tell me that now? 2026, hello. Okay. World ruled by supreme shadow elites. Once you believe one, you usually believe most. Get help. Okay, this is detached from reality, this one. Ready? Oh, that last one was the anti-Semitic point of no return. What has this got to do with anti-Semitism? Are they telling us that all these people are Jewish or something? Okay, anyway, detached from reality is QAnon, Deep State, the Elders of Zion, celebrities moisturised with children's foreskin. Hello, Sandra Bullock told Ellen on the Ellen Show, Ellen DeGenerate. Flat Earth, reptilian overlords, follow the white rabbit, George Soros, white genocide, cultural Marxism, New World Order, Bill Gates microchipping. Hello? Have you not heard these people tell you themselves? Holocaust denial, Wayfair, Illuminati, Sandy Hook fake, satanic cult panic, Obama's birth certificate fake, Pizzagate, hello. Subliminal messages from ruling class on children's TV, hello. Moon landing faked, Nazis on the moon, Hollow Earth, and Antifa International starting wildfires. Need I say any more about mainstream? Hello. This was from 5 years ago, allegedly, right? I think it's quite funny. Yeah, Epstein being at the bottom and pedophile ring conspiracies being in the detached from reality section is incredible to me. Just an amazing chart. And people believe this, okay? People believe that people believe that... Normal people believe that the people who do believe in this sort of stuff are crazy. Hello, CIA, MK, ultra-type material, programming. Shadow of Ezra said, meet Canada's new Prime Minister, Mark Carney, pictured here alongside notorious child sex trafficker, Ghislaine Maxwell. This wasn't just any gathering. It took place at Carney's sister-in-law's estate, Cornbury Park, a known hotspot for global elites. Is Mark Carney a client of Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell? Well, this doesn't show us anything other than them being, like, because we've seen this even with Trump, right? Pictures of, but this is a bit closer. I don't know. This is like familiar. They're very familiar. MJ Truth Ultra said, Darsting, interesting, in other words. Kirill Dmitriev, Putin special envoy posted checkmate yesterday, RE News on Hillary Clinton. 8 years ago, same exact date, checkmate. Could it be that Prince Andrew was arrested and released? Because he was arrested by England, right? Could it be that because we know they were following Q, that they're trying to put the first arrest as Prince Andrew? Will it really be Hillary Clinton? Because he's already been released, so I'm wondering. Leading report said breaking, Bill and Hillary Clinton could face prison time for failing to testify in the Epstein probe per the Daily Beast. The hashtag symbol ends in a draw. Checkmate move is recorded in algebraic notation using the hash symbol. And Donald Trump posted the hash symbol. Interesting. Interesting connections. Okay, Wake Up New Jersey said we have to send a clear message that just because your child gets across the border, that doesn't mean the child gets to stay. Hillary Clinton in 2014. What changed in that time? Census? Illegals voting? Why are these Democrats protecting illegals so much? Do you want to hear it from her own mouth? I know it's horrible. I know she's horrible.
As we're seeing these thousands of children come across, shunted off into makeshift shelters.
It's horrible.
Hard choice. Let them stay in the United States or send them back?
Well, 2 quick points. One, the numbers are increasing dramatically. And the main reason I believe why that's happening is that the violence in certain of those Central American countries is increasing dramatically. And there is not sufficient law enforcement or will on the part of the governments of those countries to try to deal with this exponential increase in violence, drug trafficking, the drug cartels. And many children are fleeing from that violence.
Should they be able to stay here? It's safer.
It may be safer, but that's not the answer. I do not.
Should they be sent back?
Well, first of all, we have to provide the best emergency care we can provide. We have children 5 and 6 years old who have come up from Central America. We need to do more to provide border security in southern Mexico.
They should be sent back now.
Well, they should be sent back as soon as it can be determined who responsible adults and their families are, because there are concerns about whether all of them can be sent back. But I think all of them who can be should be reunited with their families. And just as Vice President Biden is arguing today in Central America, we've got to do more. I started this when I was secretary, to deal with the violence in this region, to deal with border security. But we have to send a clear message. Just because your child gets across the border, that doesn't mean the child gets to stay. So we don't.
And Biden was also saying the same thing at that time, but all of a sudden they changed. How you going, Leslie? Good to see you. Zal. Eyes. Oh, hang on, Leslie. I'm going to make you a mod because I know you've been here a while. I don't want anyone getting censored. That's the only reason I'm adding a whole lot of mods. Okay. So there you go. Rubber Duck said in 2016, Ben Carson told the world on live television that Hillary Clinton eats babies. You think he was joking?
Which actions by Hillary Clinton do you think are the most satanic?
Which what?
Which actions by Hillary Clinton you think are the most satanic?
The willingness to kill babies, innocent babies.
What do you think about what happened in Syria with her financing the rebels, which turned out to be the Islamic State?
All you have to do is look and see what's happened already.
That's it. Thanks.
There you go. Interesting. Awakened Outlaw said, did you know that James Alefantis hosted a benefit for his friend Hillary Clinton when she ran for president at his infamous Comet Ping Pong pizzeria? He was even so kind as to adorn her campaign logo with a slice of pizza. Folks, Pizzagate was always real. It's when you understand that powerful people were intimately involved that makes sense that they did everything they could to smear, demean and destroy anyone who dared point it out, painting them as crazy for the public to help hide the truth. And they did, and not the only thing. The guy who went in and shot up Comet Ping Pong, funny, he aimed at the computer hard drives. He destroyed them first. Set up anyone? Oh, Shane, what was that? Hang on a sec. Lithgow cops here yesterday checking our firearms. Piston and all above board and secure. They were pretty good about it, but that would have been different if they found anything. Really? I'm going to add you as a mod, Shane. Wow. Yeah, keep updating us if anything goes on, guys. Anywhere where you are even. Illuminati bot said, remember Hillary Clinton wanted us to think that Pizzagate and the Wiener laptop was just some wild conspiracy theory. Let's have a listen.
We can't get driven down crazy conspiracy rabbit holes. Yes. I mean, look, the crazy story about me running a child trafficking operation out of a basement of a pizzeria, it was a huge story.
So not only did the mainstream media lie to you about Pizzagate, they actually told you that it was illegal to read John Podesta's emails on WikiLeaks. Chris Cuomo,
they did.
with a straight face on CNN, looked into the cameras and said, it's illegal for you to read John Podesta's emails.
I remember that.
How scared they are of those emails, and that's how explosive the content in those emails are. No one to this day, including John Podesta himself, can explain the code words in his emails.
There you go. It's funny, I remember that. Remember, who else said, we are the arbiters of truth, the media. Yeah, enough to make me sick. Liz Churchill said 2026 Hillary Clinton, I never met Jeffrey Epstein and only took a few photos with Ghislaine Maxwell. 2010, Hillary Clinton photo shows that Ghislaine Maxwell is in official photos of her daughter Chelsea's wedding. Let's hear her deny it.
Do you regret the links that there have been? We have no links. We have a very clear record that we've been willing to talk about, which my husband has said. He took some rides on the airplane for his charitable work. I don't recall ever meeting him.
Did you ever meet Ghislaine Maxwell?
I did on a few occasions, and thousands of people go to the Clinton Global Initiative. So it to me is not something that is really at the heart of what this matter is about. They are accused, and in both cases were convicted of horrific crimes against girls and women. That should be the focus. And who
were the customers? Oh, Paranormal Law is another one. Hang on. Just let me... As a mod. Okay. I'm just doing it so no one gets censored, okay? The Skiff said the Pizzagate emails were originally discovered in John Podesta and Hillary Clinton's emails where secret comms involving food, especially the word pizza, were being used to disguise and talk about trafficking and abuse of children. These emails were presented to the world by WikiLeaks, which were originally obtained by a brave American patriot named Seth Rich. Yes, it was not Russians hacking their servers like Hillary tried to claim. Seth Rich found out the DNC rigged the primary against his favourite candidate, Bernie Sanders. Oh, wow. Seth worked for the DNC and has special access. He then downloaded the emails and gave WikiLeaks the DNC Podesta Clinton emails. He exposed the Podesta Clinton emails because he saw how corrupt his own party was. His perception of the government and his world was shattered when the truth revealed itself, and he wanted to expose the truth to the world. An ex-employee of the NSA confirmed that the Podesta Clinton emails were in fact downloaded from someone inside the DNC and not by a foreign nation like they wanted you to first believe. This was found through electronic analysis mentioned in this video. That someone who exposed these emails allegedly turned out to be Seth Rich. A message exposed by John Podesta stated that he supported the idea of making an example out of the DNC leaker. Not too long after, Seth Rich was found dead, less than a block from his own home. The cops did not cooperate and immediately closed the case as a botched robbery, even though nothing was stolen. There you go. Problem is, nothing was stolen. His phone, his wallet and his watch were all found at the scene. Seth was shot multiple times in the back. Many allege that people tied to Podesta and Hillary had Seth killed to make an example out of him for anyone else planning to leak information to the press to expose them and their corruption. R.I.P. Seth Rich, and thank you. There you go. Henny Gerges said, we're told H-1B visas are only for the best and the brightest. We keep hearing H-1B abuse is a myth. Meanwhile, investigation claims even Ghislaine Maxwell entered the US on H-1B tied to modelling work connected to Epstein's orbit and sex trafficking networks. Let that sink in. Not a tech shortage, not AI talent, not innovation. The same visa system sold as high skill has allegedly been used anywhere from body shops to modelling pipelines tied to one of the darkest scandals in modern history. And we're still pretending the problem is imaginary? Holy cow. Kick her out. Except she won't be held in prison anywhere else. Cue the storm, said Epstein docs confirmed the horror. They weren't just trafficking and abusing children, they were breeding them and running experiments in underground facilities at Zorro Ranch and beyond. Ghislaine Maxwell wasn't playing around. She got her submarine licence and helicopter licence to move these kids completely off the radar. Look at the map. Epstein's little St. James had a hidden submarine port, a quick underwater ride straight to James Biden's associates' Water Island, right across from a US military submarine base on St. Thomas. Richard Branson's Necker Island is minutes away, the same Branson who kept partying with Epstein after his conviction and hosted NXIVM cult members who branded their trafficking victims. Disney cruises docking at St. Thomas and Little St. James for family snorkeling trips, the ultimate open-air trafficking cover or underwater escape route. The Elites Island network is a full-blown child exploitation machine operating in plain sight for decades. These demons thought they'd never get caught. They were wrong. Time to expose every last one of them. No mercy, no more hiding. Okay. Little St. James, US military submarine base, James Biden, Associates Water Island. Yeah. Oh, there's, what's his name? What's his face? What's his face? I was going to say, I can't remember his name. One of you will remember and let me know. Bridget Fertig said Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano exposes Pizzagate, names Hillary Clinton, John Podesta and former editor of The Recount, Slade Soma, who was arrested for CP, child porn. He also discusses how Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, ran a blackmail operation on his island and collected evidence of extremely powerful elites committing heinous ritual crimes against children. The enormity of what's coming will shock the world. And this guy, I've played him over and over at times, like maybe once a year, maybe once every 2 years for the last few years. But let's have another listen.
A few weeks ago, an important collaborator of Hillary Clinton and John Podesta was arrested for pedophilia and child pornography. I'm referring to Slade Summer, a man with ties to the world of Broadway and cinema, who play a role in the effort to debunk the infamous Pizzagate affair. That is, the network, filthy complicity and horrendous crimes against minors that revolves around the international deep state. We have learned that certainly Jeffrey Epstein and most likely Ghislaine Maxwell were members of the Israeli Mossad. This makes us understand that the famous trips of many well-known people to Epstein Island were used to blackmail them by collecting evidence of their guilt in participating in heinous ritual crimes against minors. And if the heads of state and governance officials of the Western world do not dare to breathe out a word of protest against the massacres of civilians in Gaza Strip, it is legitimate to assume that this attitude is due to the intensive dossier and videos inculpating them that are in possession of the Israeli intelligence services. The same thing must be happening with the preparation of the fake pandemic emergency, which was lavishly replicated in all the member states of the World Economic Forum and the United Nations, and also with the farce of the Ukrainian crisis. But this blackmail of the powerful of the world constituted the unifying element of the globalist subversive project.
Okay. Now, I want to add that, do you think MI6, CIA, any intelligence agent, along with Mossad, aren't part of this? Because I think they all are. And were they double spies? Because, I mean, like they were... I do believe they were spies, not just for Mossad. I really think it's connected to MI6 or MI5 or whatever one, okay? Same as the CIA and same as whoever's in Australia, whoever the intel agency is at ASIO. And yes, thank you, it was Stephen Hawkins. Thank you, Leslie. Yeah, I kept thinking Steve Jobs, but that was the other guy, I remember. Badlands Media said Tom Pritzker, cousin of J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, said he will retire as executive chairman of Hyatt Hotels and will not seek re-election to the company's board, pointing to his past association with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. So there you go. People are stepping down, okay, and being arrested and let go. I don't know. Does that count? Sorry, hang on a sec. I just want to see what Kat said up there. A Vatican stooge segues from Palestine to Gaza. Atrocity is a bit like Minnesota politician segues from huge fraud. Yeah, I thought that too when he said that. I was like, oh, come on, man. You believe that shit? Yeah. Anywho, I thought the same thing. Oh, Cassandra. How you going, Cassandra? Yeah. That's where I kind of went with what's his name?
A few weeks ago.
Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano. Okay, Santina says speculation that the woman, and plus, you know, who's the Vatican. Hello. Santino said speculation that the women in the prison clips and photos looks nothing like Ghislaine Maxwell. Has she been swapped out? Has she? We don't know. Okay, with different nose, different eyes, and it's not her, as theories are circulating that not only is Epstein not dead, but Ghislaine isn't even the one sitting in a prison cell. Huh, okay. Oh, hang on. Yeah, this one, this is her sisters, Christine Maxwell and Isabel Maxwell. Okay. Santino said Ghislaine Maxwell's prison life seen in new Epstein Files video, 10 hours of footage showing Ghislaine Maxwell's mundane life inside a prison cell have been released as part of the latest batch of documents from the US investigation of Jeffrey Epstein. Video dated July 2020 depicts Maxwell dressed in an orange tracksuit and trainers at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. At the time, Maxwell was being held after her arrest and was awaiting a decision on her bail application. The footage provides insight into her prison routine, showing her lying down for long periods, reading a book. Maxwell was convicted in 2021 on 5 counts relating to sex trafficking and grooming minors, and subsequently 20 years. Okay. Now, let's just look at the next one. Maggie Nancy said the woman in prison looks nothing like Ghislaine Maxwell, which means the photos of dead Epstein are fake too. Likely they're alive and well in some remote tropical location under the protection of the CIA. Because the... Okay, thanks, Mum. Sorry about that. Likely they're alive and well in some remote tropical location under the protection of the CIA, because this a secret society that is that evil. Look at this person. You do not change the full shape of your nose, face, lips, eyes aren't even the same. Ears, close but no. The woman in prison looks nothing like Ghislaine Maxwell. What do you think? I don't think it's the same person at all. And this one, this lip looks to be bigger than on this one. This lip looks to be, this side looks to be bigger. Not even the same shape lip, really. Not the same shape. Look at the nose. Completely different. You can't do that, man. Like, even fat doesn't do that much to you. Okay. Well, not that little bit anyway. Okay, Maverick X said, this is Isabel Maxwell, the sister of Ghislaine Maxwell. What do you notice about her? Oh, handsome woman, that one. I'd say. Yeah, handsome woman. Yeah, well, someone was mentioning the glasses too. Who said that? Fine weather. How you going? The glasses, yeah. I don't know. But even without the glasses, the nose is a completely different shape, but yeah. Anyway, this handsome person is Isabel Maxwell, sister of Ghislaine Maxwell. Dude, looks like a lady. Mario Norfolk said people are speculating the woman in prison photos looks nothing like Ghislaine Maxwell, with a different nose and different eyes. Now the theory floating around is that not only Epstein's not dead, but Ghislaine isn't even the one sitting in the cell. Yeah. And look at the droop in the eye, right? On this eye particularly. This one's drooping. I don't know, it does look like a completely different person. Okay, Mario Norfolk said Jay-Z's got 99 problems and sexual assault is one. An Epstein survivor claimed she was drugged and assaulted and that Harvey Weinstein was abusing her while Jay-Z was in the room. Yet somehow the entertainment world still pretends none of this is worth blinking at. Liz Churchill said 2020, remember this? Jacinda Ardern was high on cocaine as she sent her citizens to quarantine camps with forced vaccinations. 2024, Royals presenter with damehood for her actions during COVID. 2026, Epstein files prove the pandemic was planned and that Epstein was close with the Royals. Do you want to see this from the beginning in full screen? Because I'd like to see this from the beginning in full screen. Watch this bit.
Sweet mustache.
What'd she say about a moustache?
You'll be right. You're probably out of shot over there. Okay, everyone's ready to go. Sweet mustache.
A sweat moustache? I don't know anyone who wipes their sweat moustache like that. Seriously? And there she is with, oh shit, Prince William. Awakened outlaws said Pizzagate was always true and the Epstein files has only served to affirm as much. Shortly after the whole kerfuffle started up regarding James Alefantis, Comet Ping Pong Pizzeria, his website was hacked, including instructions provided to first-time users. See below. The general public never saw these because the media conspired to hide the truth from the public and vilify anyone that dared call this evil crap out. For the newcomers, last month's satisfied customers were raving about our pizza, and we know you will too. Repeat customers know the drill. For newcomers, first run the program given to you by your special friend and all instructions on how to enjoy this joyous hobby will be easily understandable. But please remember the penalties for breaking the rules, which are also included in the program. Very few have broken the rules, and needless to say, the penalties are harsh. All pricing is included in the app. The app will only run once, and the following requirements must be met. The app is to be run from your own personal computer that only you have access to. Your computer must be connected to the internet when run. The app must be run from your home. You must destroy the media on which you received the app. Remember the password that will activate the app, as there will be no icons on your computer. November newcomers are spelt with a U instead of an O in the comers, okay? Oh, my cat. You're going to cause chaos. Okay, I can't see the screen, mate. Don't sit there. That's a really bad place, mate. Okay, this month we have 5 fresh... Oh, what are you doing? Now you're making me hit buttons. Okay. This month we have 5 fresh pizzas for your enjoyment. We also have 4 surviving pizzas from last month's session. Now, tell me what a surviving pizza is, please. Anyone? All are on sale at an extremely low price as they are in poor health. And how can a pizza be in poor health? You'd describe it as off or mouldy. And not expect to survive. So a requirement is that you finish eating your pizza after your session. Okay, just mull over that a little bit more. This month's special includes a 30% discount on severe torture. Each image below is available for $1,000 in fine print. Andrew also has some prints he would like to sell, so contact him for more info, as they are true masterpieces. Now, what sort of pizza place would require you to do any of this? And 4 surviving pizzas from last month. And, they're at an extremely low price as they are in poor health. How does a pizza have poor health? An official website is protected section here, Comet Ping Pong protected. An anonymous researcher submitted this image after digging further. I can't really see what it is. Okay, that might be the download. I don't know. Comet Ping Pong, password protected area. This page is accessible with a valid password only. Okay, so you needed a password. You needed all these things just to have a pizza? Okay. And this Awakened Outlaw said this is a screenshot taken from Comic Ping Pong's Pizzeria's secure portion of their website, which was hacked shortly after Pizzagate. Gee, I wonder what they were talking about. Oh, and why would you have a secure members section anyway? It's a little different now that Epstein Files made clear this crap is all too, unfortunately for humanity, real. Okay, and it's the same thing. Surviving pizzas. As they are in poor health, they are cheap and they're not expected to survive. So a requirement is that you finish eating your pizza after your session. What are they talking about? What do you think they're talking about? I know what I think they're talking about. Okay. Clarkson's Farm, which is Clarkson from Top Gear. Religious ideologies have no place in dictating how farm animals should be slaughtered. Only the most humane methods should be used in keeping with the highest welfare standards, and I agree. Halal and whatever it is, out the window. See you later. You know what they do? They torture the animal. Halal and I don't know about kosher, it might be the same, but they torture the animal first to get, like, it's like adrenochrome. Okay, get the animal all tortured and then kill it and eat the meat. Okay? I don't know what's wrong with these people. Melinda Richards said, imagine how many lives he saved. Hero. Doctor Who faced 35 years for giving saline instead of the COVID vaccine has now been fully acquitted, apparently. Okay, what's this? Okay, how long have I been going? 1 hour. I might have to cut it short and do the rest tomorrow. I'll quickly go over some comments. Okay, where are we? How far back can I get? Oh, all the way back to the beginning. There we go. Everyone's saying hello. Deb said unvaxxed blood is now gold. They'll get them on something small. Yeah, they're going to start small and work their way up. You watch. Mark my words. Deb said, I'm making sure the people of the world now our Prime Minister, our country cries over memes. Yes. Yes, he does, Sherry. Yep. Yeah, Sherry, we need to shame the hell out of him. Deb said, yes, that's why we have e-safety, Karen, and we can't make fun of people, no free speech. Deb said they'll not be able to walk the streets. Well, apparently they can't. Marina Abramovic was saying the other day she can't walk down the street. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? That also come from the Q board. They won't be able to walk down the streets. Out to lunch said Trump has more children than I do. Deb said the rich will go to the same parties. And Keith, how you going? Yeah, smash that like button. Subscribe, it's free. Thank you very much. Truther, I forgot to add you too. Okay, you got moderator status just so you don't get censored because I'm sick of YouTube doing it. I don't even see the comments that they censor. I don't see the comments that other people censor either. I don't know, it's my channel, but I don't see it. Deb said, thank you, government, for bringing other people's wars to our country. Yes, exactly. The government's failing its people. Yeah, the police do not always show up either. So, yeah. Keith said, my dogs are my family. Yes, our animals are our family. They don't fit, right? When you have beliefs like that, they don't fit. Hey, J1, how you going? Zal. Missed you guys earlier, I think. Yeah, no, I agree, Zal. Dinosaurs did not exist. It was a term made up to hide giants and gigantic animals. No, I agree, Zal. I watched documentaries oh my goodness. When I first started waking up, I watched documentaries that showed that the Smithsonian and that we like using cement and plaster to make the bones. I don't know if that was true or not, but that's what I remember seeing. Yeah, government confusion campaign, Deb. Government equals govern, rule over, meant equals the mind. Yeah, government. Yeah, Sal. Yep, that is true. Is it in Latin or Greek or something? Yeah. Govern is to rule over, and meant means the mind. So government rule over your mind. Sal says, is that Carney's wife? I have no idea. J1 said, Andrew sets the standard that no one escapes. Deb said, what, some think it's shocking Andrew getting arrested? No, it shouldn't be. Leslie said, notice the way Carnegie on the ground leaning over. Who else photographed like that? Is this a thing with him? Eyes to see. How you going? Yeah, I don't know if it's a thing with him. Deb said they've been eating the dark children for a long time. Sal said Hillary part of the machine that created the influx of people across the border. Yes. Sal said, oh no, the Zell. Oh, what are you talking about, Sal? Hey, Donald, how you doing? Shane, Lithgow cops were here yesterday checking our firearms, pissed it all above board and secure. They're pretty good about it, but that would have been different if they found it. Yeah, definitely. J1 said probably at least 5% of our planet's population eat human flesh. Oh. Keith said, I like Truth Seeker. She's funny when she talks shit. Yeah, that chick on there, on the Truth Seeker on the, yeah. She was good. It was, yeah. How do they feel now? The people who actually pushed it, I'm talking about. Sal said, the things Kathy O'Brien said about Hillary Clinton should have been enough to have people looking a long time ago. I agree, Sal. That's another thing I saw early on when I was waking up was Kathy O'Brien. Deb said, yes, knowing the code word will undo all their evil deeds. Paranormal Oz, did I make you a mod? No, yeah, I did. So I won't remove you. Hey, Heaven, it's got to be back. Hope you're doing well. You too, Paranormal Oz. J1 said, if you throw in McDonald's and KFC chicken nuggets, our children eating, or children. Cassandra said, hello, all OGs, it's Hillary, blah. Yeah, Zal said, HC is an evil piece of work. She is. She's horrible. Out to lunch said, this Hillary may not have met the Jeffrey. Yeah. Oh, thanks. No worries, Paranormal Oz. Cassandra said, the young gal was full of shit. Great way to dislying. Turn off the sound and watch body lingo. Way too sus lying, yeah. Cassandra said, pedo star, yeah. Yep, you're all mods. Yep, that's so people don't get censored because everyone seems to get put in the naughty corner when you're not mods. Deb said Hillary's lying every time she opens her mouth. Yeah, that's how you know a politician's lying. They're opening their mouths. Their mouth's moving. Yeah, Deb said they hold comments for review, got out of hand, so have made us all mods. Yep, Leslie said, yes, Cassandra, always the body language and no voices. Deb said, I missed the naughty corner, comments being held for review. Yeah, the problem is I never see them. I can't even see the comments being held for review. And I own the channel, so how does that one work? YouTube? J1 said, Donna Brazil, another politician, finished Seth off in a hospital bed. Oh, wow. Deb said, how convenient bike boy offender is cry, I am too unwell to be held accountable for his woeful actions. Oh, yes, Dan Andrews. Dan Andrews also, before he left, he wrote in a thing that politicians can't be held responsible for what they do during their, what is it, tenure or whatever it's called, their when they're in? I don't know. Sal said we had one candidate last weekend, Deb. Wanda, how you going? That was Mayor of DC Bowser that was with Donna Brazil. Okay, I want to add, where are we going here? Add you as a standard mod. Yeah, Stephen Hawking's. Yeah, pedestophile. Deb said Dan Andrews is avoiding the court for hit and run. There you go. The hammer's gonna come down on him. Deb said, you make me sick. I want them to prove they're not pedo. Oh, mate, seriously. My cat, sorry. Deb said, full of shit. Deb said, sorry, I have a big problem with all religions. All in it, you reckon? Deb said, it perpetrated upon us. Cassandra said, a Vatican stooge segues, yeah, from the Podesta to Gaza atrocities as well. Yeah, exactly. I don't trust him. See, I should have listened to that before I shared it. And I didn't. And halfway through I was going, oh no. He either believes the bullshit or he's part of it. The bullshit. Deb said, money and information. Zal said, a lot of these people stepping down have usually been blackmailed by the Epstein machines to turn blind eyes. Deb said, I can't hear their dripping anymore. Zal said, all actors, yes, central casting, yep. What makes a good movie? Great actors. Sherry said, yeah, that was not G. Maxwell. Deb said, it's all a big movie, yes. That's not Ghislaine, that's Mike Myers. Deb said, it's a big show for the sleeping, yes, to wake them up. Cassandra said, does GM know there's a cam in herself? How effing creepy. Deb said, it gets very annoying. We are awake. I know it does, but like we've got to keep showing it so that we can at least try and wake more people up. Well, that's my aim, to try and wake more people up, hopefully, to get people to realise this world is not run how we think it is. Zal said they're not under the ward of the CIA. Trust me, they're gone more than likely off-world. Cassandra said, no way, different nose, mouth, jaw. Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, J1, the chin is 4 inches too wide. Fine weather, said, why the glasses? Okay, fine weather, just so you don't get censored. Out to lunch, said that picture is 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound sack. Zal said her brother. It's not her body double. Wanda said guy. Yep, out to lunch said dude. Yes, Ghislaine's sister. Yeah, very handsome woman that. Yeah. Okay. Why does it keep going the wrong way when I'm... Okay. Big hands, jawline. Not the same bone structure exactly. The big players do not get the same as us. That forehead touching. Deb said, yes, very forking high. And Dan Andrews was also caught doing the same thing. He was actually caught sniffing something with his back to the camera, and then he turned around and he was wiping his nose. Yeah, Zal said she. No, yes, exactly. I don't know anymore. Cassandra said sweat moustache on her nostrils. Yeah. Sherry said wiping a Coke stash, more like it. Yep. Yeah, well, look at, was it Keir Starmer? Who was it? The three we seen the other day hiding their stash of Coke, by the look of it. Allegedly, apparently, and all that. J1 said she can eat an apple through a tennis racket. Mm-hmm. Cassandra said apple through tennis racket. That's a new one. Cassandra said, my kitty's been very clingy and naughty today. Yeah, mine just tried that. Ocean View Coffee Shop said, this is unbelievable. Randy, how you going? Is Andrew the first of many? Well, it should confirm future direction no matter who the first one is. Hey, John Paul, how you doing? Kai said, even cleared comments take several seconds to appear for us. There you go. Sal says, not just Dan Andrews, a whole machine of minions and willing gophers around him at every level of government. I agree. J1 said, I'm just waiting for the market drop when Trump hits Iran. Am I the baddie? Yeah, apparently people are talking about war now with Iran. We'll see what happens. Deb said, yes, when they wake up, we'll be here, yes. Sal said, just more flushing of the turds. J1 said, if oil prices go up for Japan, the reverse carry trade will come home to roost. And there you go. And I'm going to leave it there for today, guys. Hopefully you can join me back here tomorrow for another live stream. And I'm going to start trying to upload at least a video a day or something like that anyway. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Okay, guys, much love. Hope you have a good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bye, guys.